RMCW Triple Cross.
And now you have the anorexic Rob Ryzin.
I don't think we're going to see the end of Lightning Mike and this interesting turnabout tonight. As we saw it, he did everything he could to win that match, although he came up on the short end of the stick.
As we got Rob Ryzin making his entry, and I will give Rob Ryzin credit. He did take a few months off to try to bulk up. He doesn't quite look as thin as he did in the past. We'll find out if it's slowed him down, and he's put on about 25 pounds.
It's for the interregional, it's called an interregional tables match.
Rob
the
Ryzin
rules of this match will be the first one to go through a table loses.
Exactly. Again, I think he's biting off too much because Mr. Wylde does have quite a few table matches under his belt.
I think I've heard this guy change his name about 6 times, but here he comes out as the East Coast Kid.
Yep. Matt Wylde is a man of many sides. And again, he does do what it takes to win. He has over twice the experience as Rob Ryzin. Rob Ryzin is a rising star, but I don't think he has what it takes to go up against the caliber of Matt Wylde.
I'll tell you a look at Matt Wylde. As I said earlier this evening, I had the opportunity to talk to him briefly, and this is his 5th table match in a row, hardcore style, so you have to give the edge to the champion.
Yep, you do have to give him the edge, but also, as you said, it is 5 in a row, 5 weeks in a row. That is going to take its toll on his body.
And, he was walking backstage a little bit gingerly, so you may have a good point there. Will he be able to get in the ring with someone who would appear on paper to be the fresher man?
Exactly. But I think this time off that Ryzin has had has helped him. Like I said, he has bulked up a little bit, even though he's still, for want of a better term, just a skinny little white boy. But he has.
Well, maybe compared to you or I, but take a look at the athletes of today. And you said it earlier yourself. It's not always the size that counts. Something about some dog barking at you or biting you.
It's not the size of the dog in the fight, but the size of the fight of the dog.
All right, here we go. They lock up. Quickly takes the arm behind the left arm. There they change off.
Well, brings it on into a headlock there. Nice little quick shot in this ring.
You got Matt Wylde.
Nice headlock takeover by Matt Wylde.
Now, I take a look at someone like Matt Wylde, that he didn't only put a headlock on, but as you watched, he was grinding that in.
Exactly.
Just put a little bit extra pressure on the temples.
Slow down the flow of the blood brain, make him a little disoriented.
Well, that'll make you dizzy in a quick hurry.
And now Ryzin returning the favor with a headlock takeover. And Wylde reversing it into head scissor.
Both men up on their feet. Again, that's one of the things that I see tonight that I've been impressed with is that a lot of these matches have been very evenly booked.
Yes,
you take a look at
matches.
Take a look at the size of the guys. Take a look at the experience. You take a look at the different things that have went on. As far as experience goes, with some of these guys leaving the territory, coming back into the territory. And I think really the guys that are going to come out ahead are the ones who really want that title.
Yes, the ones that are going to come through on this are the ones that are hungry enough and have the heart enough to do what it takes to want to step in the ring with me.
What do you mean step in the ring with you?
They're going to have to earn it. Like I said, everybody keeps wanting me to surrender this.
That's exactly what's scheduled to happen.
I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I might not surrender.
We're the 4th match in, and you haven't decided?
Nope, I still haven't decided. Because if I'm going to surrender the match and surrender this title, I don't want it going on to some little skinny, scrawny kid that doesn't have what it takes just because he happened to get lucky.
Are you forgetting there's something called the AWA RMCW Championship Committee that might have something to say about that?
Yes, I do, and I also still have that contract that they sent to me. Do you have your copy?
I will check and find out when we go to intermission. Leg scissors on Rob Ryzin by the champion Matt Wylde. Matt Wylde has the upper edge right now. Those quick blows to the back of the head.
Nice
there. A knee drop right to the back of the head. Now here you've got someone who's working that body part. You know, you get hit in the head enough times,
and when
there's
you don't
not much
have,
left.
Exactly. When you don't have very much to start with, like Ryzin. There you go.
And you would know that personally.
Figure four. Matt Wylde at the figure four.
Reminiscent of Ric Flair.
But as Wylde, remember, he can't tap out on this. He's got to put him
through a table.
He's got to put him through the table. It's got to be a pinfall or through the table. He cannot.
Tremendous pressure being put on the knee, not only of Ryzin, but also of Wylde. And now it looks like he's reversed it, got himself in a position where he's actually where you've got Ryzin controlling the match.
Back over now, Wylde back on top.
Back and forth these guys go, and I'm sure you've been in that move more than one time, the figure four, and the damage that it can do to a knee.
It's taking its toll on my knees through the years.
It actually tears cartilage if it's held on there with enough weight.
Correctly with the appropriate pressure, you can say goodbye to your medial meniscus. And you will not get up from it. And the master of that, as you said, is Ric Flair.
Ric Flair winning many a championship himself with that very move. Take a look at some of these guys that are here in RMCW, and you've noticed that they are mixing a style of what we would call the old school style, where you see more of a headlock, you see more of a figure four, and then you see things right like that one where Ryzin pulled it out. I don't know exactly what you'd call it, but it was effective.
And we, speaking mainly for myself and a few of the other, for want of a better term, old timers here in the AWA RMCW, are trying to bring old school back in.
Well, I think that's one of the main goals of the American Wrestling Association is to bring this back to the athleticism that you're seeing tonight.
It is not all about flash. It is about wrestling. It is beating your opponent, not going out there and trying to outshine your opponent.
So in other words, it's not about the fabulous moolah in a bikini.
Nope, exactly. What we need
now, right there, it looked like Ryzin could have gotten a boot to the Netherlands.
Well, apparently the ref didn't see it because, as you know, in the AWA RMCW books, it says no going.